Hey there, folks. I hope you're having a great day. Today, I want to talk about being present, about when you're with people, when you're in a situation, but you're not actually there, you're not mentally there, you're thinking about other things. And the more that I find myself doing this, the more that I realize that almost always the thing that's keeping me from being present is like something really, really stupid. Some stupid shit that I'm thinking about that's completely pointless. And when I'm realizing that it keeps me from enjoying the things and appreciating the things that are actually happening in my life right now. For example, I was annoyed the other night. A friend of mine was getting on my nerves, and I was frustrated with the situation. And I was just sitting there, and I was just a little annoyed, a little on edge. My heart was going a little bit. You know how it is. And I'm sitting there, and I'm stressing out about it. And then I look, and I realize that like my wife and my dog and my cats are all laying next to me, and they're all just sitting there cuddling, watching TV, and I wasn't fully there with them. I wasn't appreciating the moment that I'm in right now. And obviously, it's not like a super special thing. It happens every night. We all sit there and watch TV. But if I'm always thinking about other things, I'm never actually appreciating the things that I have around me, which is something that I really have to make sure that I focus on and really just, sometimes just turn your mind off and just appreciate the things that you have, because so many times there's a great quote, and if there's one thing I truly believe, it's that you can find wisdom from anywhere. You can find something from a book, from any sort of religious text, Bible, Quran, the Torah, whatever. You can also find wisdom in the silliest of TV shows, a random skit on TikTok. Everyone every now and again drops these nuggets of brilliance that you have to kind of hold on to and try and keep those in your back pocket for whenever you need them. One that really pops out to me is in The Office. Even though the last couple seasons were not great, we can all agree that the last episode was phenomenal. In that last episode, Andy Bernard says, "I wish there was a way to know that you were in the good old days before you left them." And that just speaks so deeply to me, the fact that, yes, you're always going to have that feeling that you'd rather be doing this, you'd rather be doing that, and you're thinking about the things that you want to do, and you never really appreciate the things that you are doing at that moment. That's something that I have such issues with. I think all of us have that issue with not really being content with where we are at that very moment. And it keeps us from really appreciating the things that are important in life. So my advice, which is something that I'm also going to start doing, is just making sure that when I'm somewhere, I am there. I am not thinking about other things. I might be on my phone. I might be watching this, that, the other thing. But if there's one thing I'm going to be doing differently, is that I'm going to be appreciating the fact that I am where I am. And so long as I can do that, I know that I'll be far happier in my life. And I'll be able to appreciate the things that I have around me, because once they're gone, I don't want to feel like I miss them. And there's so many times where I look back, I can kick myself thinking about it, that I wasn't fully present in a moment where I really wish I would have been, because I didn't appreciate where I was at that time. For example, when I was in high school, I was lucky enough to be able to go on a class trip to Europe. We went to Greece and we went to Italy. And when I was there, I remember the first thing that I texted my mom when we landed in Greece: the hotel is gross, Athens is a dump. That's what I said to my mom when I landed in Athens, Greece. I was a child, and I didn't pay any money, and I went to Greece. The level of selfishness and privilege that you need to get a free trip to Greece and then complain the second you land is just off the charts. And the fact that I look back and I think about what I sent my mom, it makes me cringe to no end, knowing that that's the way I reacted in a moment like that. And I've been lucky enough to travel to a lot of places and experience a lot of things in my life. And I'll be sure now that whenever I go on any sort of trip, I will never go in with the same attitude that I went into during that Europe trip. And I'll also make sure to appreciate and enjoy all the other opportunities that I have in life. And if I look at it from that point of view, where I'm complaining about going on a trip a lot of people will never go to, then I need some serious recalibration in my life. And obviously, I was a young kid in high school back then. I was just an idiot. I didn't know all the privilege that I have. I didn't know how lucky that I was. I look back now, and sure, I can think of a million things that I could do differently. But the one thing that I take back is, again, back to our theme today, that I want to be more present in life. And it doesn't just have to be a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a wife or a husband. It could be a friend, it could be a grandma, it could be anyone that really truly means something to you. You want to make sure that you appreciate all the time that you have with that person while you're there. If someone's in your life right now, it's probably because they mean enough to you for you to keep them in your life. And years down the line, who knows, they might not be in your life. And you want to make sure when you look back that you know you appreciated the time that you have with that person. And that actually leads perfectly into what we're going to call our inspirational quote of the video, which is actually from the Buddha, who says, "Be where you are, otherwise you will miss your life." And there's so many great memories in my life that I look back to and they're just a blur. I don't know if that's because maybe I'm stupid and there's only so much that my little brain can handle, or if maybe when you're only halfway paying attention to everything in your life, there's only so much you can remember. And that's what I'm afraid of, and that's what I want to make sure that I avoid the rest of my life for as long as I can. And I'm talking here like I know everything and I know how to break ourselves from these bad habits. I'm just as bad as everyone else. So many times, as you've heard from these examples, I am just not present. And kind of the reason why I'm talking about this stuff and making these videos is so that I can kind of reverse engineer why I do certain things, and if I can find a better way to go about it to try and avoid these bad habits in the future. So I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm preaching. It sounds like I'm telling you, oh, I know everything and you know nothing. In reality, it's more like the blind leading the blind here, but hopefully we can find our way there together. And this is what I want all of you watching to do right now. A little bit of homework for you to take care of right now. I want you to think about anything in life that you're grateful for at this moment, whether it be people that you have around you that you love, or something that you're doing that you're really passionate about. It could be a sandwich that you're eating right now while you're watching this. It doesn't really matter. Just something that you really are grateful that you have, and that is a step towards being more present. And that'll help you avoid this perpetual cycle of constantly looking forward to something else and not really understanding where you are now is pretty great too. Everyone's always looking for greener pastures, and then if you keep looking far enough, you forget that you're standing on green grass already. And we can leave it there, folks. If you have any methods or habits that you do to try and keep yourself more present, please just drop them in the comments and let people know. I want this to be an open forum for everyone to discuss and kind of trade different experiences they have to try and learn from each other. And if we can do that, that'd be amazing. That would make this whole thing a lot more profitable for everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next one.